Mic check, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to another Sunday night live stream. Tonight is Sunday, May 4th, 2025. I am live in Chicago, Illinois. It's still so cold here today. I think the high today was like 48. And then it started raining when I went for my walk today. It was not the best. It's May. Why is it still so cold right now? Hi, everyone. Welcome. Welcome. Before I begin, we'll do a quick shout out. Adeline, Mrs. Angeles, Brandy, Andre, Zaida, A, Brandy, Sherelle, Aisha, Joy. Who am I missing here? Get your highs now before I stop. Lexi, Angelica Rebels, Eric, A Core Family, Universal Being, Noreen. Is that everyone? That might be everyone. Discovering My True North, Wanda, Inner Beauty Shines, Jasmine, Pixie in a Bubble. That's it. I did it. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Sunday night. Blah, 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 blah. Welcome to another Sunday night live stream. I see other people on here saying hello, Creating TV, Watt, Priceman 5, Angela, hello. Tonight, we're going to be talking about imperfection. And the way I think about it, if you're looking for success when it comes to weight loss, and I'm not just talking about losing the weight. I'm talking about losing the weight and keeping it off. And hopefully keeping it off for as long as you continue taking care of yourself. I think the only way that you are going to really achieve this realistically is by embracing imperfection. Even if you think right now that the only way you can do this is by doing it perfectly, I'm not saying that you can't do the things that you want to do, because I want you to be able to do that. But I want you to understand that I've been doing this shit for a while now. 546 days, everyone. Today is week 78 of me doing this. 78 full weeks of doing this. And it hasn't been perfect. You probably hear me say that all the time. You probably hear me say and preach about imperfect consistency. And tonight I want to really dive into it, because we're here. It's May now, right? We're in a new month, April. For the month of April, I had as perfect of a run that I think I could have had for the month of April, fasting wise, performing 10 65 plus hour fasts in a row, having very short refeeds, having a successful run, eating clean, trying something different like strict carnivore. And today is May 4th. It's only been 4 days into this new month, and my fasting routine has been all over the place. For those who have access to my spreadsheet, you probably already seen it. If not, we're going to talk about it tonight. Being imperfect, as much as maybe some of you don't want to hear it, it's okay. It's honestly more than okay, because every single person in here is not perfect. And you might be saying, well, of course, but the truth is, some of you, even though you might think that, the way you perform your actions, the way you go about working on your weight loss journey, your fasting journey, in your head, you might be thinking perfection. It has to be this, and that. It can't be any other way. If it's any other way, What's the point of doing it? Throw it all away, blow it all up, walk away from it. The last 546 days of my journey, there have been a lot of good days. And there have been a lot of days where I wasn't feeling it. There are a lot of days where I didn't feel like fasting. I didn't feel like eating the cleanest. I didn't feel like working out. I didn't feel like getting extra steps in. I didn't feel like adding extra weight on the bench press. I didn't want to go to bed early. Did I blow everything up and start over? I didn't. So I'm going to dig into where I'm currently at, how great April was for me, how the month of May is off to a rough start. But at the end of the day, I'm still here. I'm still showing up. I'm still letting you all know, hey, I've had a lot of good days. The last couple of days have been, I don't even want to call it rough. They just haven't gone according to plan. So before we kind of dig into that, I want to remind everyone that's in here right now that this live stream is an accountability live stream. If you're new here and you have never been in here before, what do I mean by an accountability live stream? Every Sunday, we get in here and we talk about how we're doing, fasting wise, health wise, weight wise, struggles, successes. This is a place where we get to share it all. This is also a safe space for all of us here. I want you to remember that. This is a place where we share what our journey looks like. Everyone's journey is different, and that's okay, because we need to figure out how we are going to achieve the ultimate goal for all of us is to be healthy and happy. I do not care if you think that the way you eat is the best way to eat. I don't care, because that isn't true. It isn't. Because for many of us, the way we eat, the way we fast, the way we exercise has to be tailored to us if we want to be able to be successful in it. If you want to do something sustainable, consistent, and long-term, you have to figure out what that journey looks like for you. That's why I always tell people, don't imitate what I do. If you'd like to give it a shot, be my guest. You want to do 93-hour fasts on average for the next 5 months in a row? Eat 4 hours? Be my guest if that's what you want to do. You want to eat 6,000 calories? Be my guest, but I don't recommend it. I think the real solution here is figuring your way, figuring out how you are going to be able to find success so that you can keep the weight off, you can lose that weight, you can feel good about what you do, you can move on with your life. So when I talk about an accountability live stream, I look forward to these because it's a chance for me to share where I'm at, what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, completely unfiltered. But I also love going through the chat after this ends. I love seeing where people are at, how they're doing, what they're sharing, if they're struggling. And it's not like I'm here to be like, oh, wow, I love to see you struggle. It's not that. I like to go through this because whether things are going well or you're having a difficult time, it shows us that we're human and that we're imperfect and that we all have struggles. And I think building this community, it's powerful. It's very powerful. I think one of the things I've realized too is I have a hard time finding communities like this without having to go through some type of paywall, which is a little crazy to me because why are we putting a paywall between all of us just trying to be healthy and happy? So I will say this again. I open this up to all of you to share how you're doing. There is no shame. There's no judgment. No one here is going to slap you on the wrist if you don't do what you said you were going to do. In fact, I encourage people to share when they're struggling, because if that's helpful for you to move on with your journey, I would love for you to use that to your advantage. Wanda with a $20 super chat. Wanda, thank you so much for the continued support. Wanda's just, it's like every single week, such a huge, generous donation. Wanda, thank you so much for the support. I don't even know what else to do except to give you the folded hands of thank you so much for the support. Wanda with the $20 donation says, had a night out with friends filled with mega carbs and drinks. Yesterday, Wanda, I had mega carbs and, well, I only had one beer, but I had mega carbs outside of just that. Hopefully you had a good time though, Wanda. I still hit that timer at 11:30 p.m. And this is what I'm talking about exactly. Wanda is here sharing her progress, saying, hey, I went out, I ate, maybe I overate, but here I am still hitting that timer. So I'm a little over 21 hours into my 42-hour fast. Congrats on getting to 21 hours. You're halfway there. There's definitely no perfection here. And this is a perfect example, everyone. And I'm going to show my example as well. Sometimes there are a lot of people who say things like, yeah, but Jerome, I have this going on. I'm going on vacation. I have this work thing happening. I have blah, 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 blah happening. And it's like, okay, so what does that mean? That means you're just going to forget everything that you've been working on when it comes to your health and wellness. You're just going to be throwing away the day. You're not going to hit a timer. And here's the thing about the timer. When I tell people about a timer, I'm not saying that it's for everyone, but if you are somebody who has control issues when eating, if you are somebody that decides, I'm just going to do whatever this weekend and then just snack and graze or overeat or binge, sometimes having something like a timer to let you know that you're fasting or you're feasting can be very helpful. If you don't know if it's helpful for you, you might as well go try it. You're not going to learn unless you do something different. If you are cycling, doing the same things over and over and over again, it might be worth trying something different. So, Wanda, again, thank you for the $20 donation. Thank you for keeping us posted on where you're at. Congratulations on another prolonged fast. I look forward to continuing seeing where you're at. And again, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate that so much. Your donations have been generous every single week, and I appreciate that. Speaking of generous donations, Casey526 with a $10 super chat. Casey, thank you so much. Casey says, started on Easter and did a 1-week fast. Congrats on a 1-week fast, 168 hours. Refed and did another 90. I love to see this. And you know why? Because this is what I'm talking about here. Casey did a 1-week fast, amazing progress, but sometimes many of us get into this, I don't know if it's a psychological thing where we'll do a 1-week fast or we'll do a 2-day fast or a 4-day fast. And then we tell ourselves, okay, we got to do it again. We got to do one at least the exact time or more. Otherwise, it's not good enough. And I love to see here that Casey did a 1-week fast, did a 90, refed, and about to finish my next 90 tomorrow. Wow. Congratulations, Casey, on the rolling 90s. We'll continue rolling 90s. My question is, when say weeks, is that an actual week or fast? Am I misreading this? My question, is that an actual week or fast? I'm not exactly sure what you're asking here, Casey. Maybe ask it again here and I'll look for your chat. Refed, did another 90, refed, and about to finish my next 90 tomorrow. Man, congrats on those 90s. Those 90s, rolling 90s. I mean, I did it for 5 months in a row. It was a lot. My question is, when we say weeks, is that an actual week or fast? Casey, you'll have to keep me posted on what you mean because I'm not exactly sure. But and oh, when you say weeks, is it calendar weeks or are you counting fasts? No, calendar weeks, Casey. So when I talk about 78 weeks of what I've been doing, it's 78 weeks of rolling fasts, meaning for the last 78 weeks, whether I do a 160 plus hour fast or if I do a 20-hour fast. I see what you're saying now. What I'm talking about here is my journey never ends, is really what I'm trying to say. One of the things that I think is really important for any of us to think about here is that our journey doesn't end. Just like you said, when you finished a 1 week fast and then you rolled into a 90 and then you rolled into another 90, that's your journey. You're continuing your journey. What I'm trying to tell you as well, Casey, is that let's say the next time you do a 23-hour fast, there's no need to blow things up. There's no need to start over. All that I ask for when I coach anyone, and as we're talking right now, is you show up, you become accountable, you share your progress. Because even though you've done a 1 week fast, which is amazing, you also have to remember that you're going to continue working on shorter fasts. You're going to continue working on eating better, exercising, implementing all of your weight loss levers outside of just fasting. So when I talk about being 546 days in, when I talk about being 78 weeks in, I'm talking about everything that I've been doing. And I will go through those overall numbers in a little bit, but that's what I mean by that. So I appreciate that question, Casey. Yeah, so you're in week 3. Thank you for being an inspiration. You're very welcome, Casey. I appreciate the donation. So thank you for the $10 donation. So this is a great segue, everyone. When I just noticed my hats back there. Everyone, if you're looking for hats, this is a shameless plug. You can go to finallyfasting.com and you can buy merch. I forgot I left it there. It's really good placement. Where was I? Yes, segue. When I talk about being 78 weeks in, a question that I have for all of you and for those that are here every week, you probably know what this question is going to be, but hopefully you're here right now because you are continuing your journey. Hopefully you're here right now because you told yourself, hey, I show up no matter what. If I'm not fasting long enough or not, I didn't fast as long as I intended to, I want to be here. I'm not going to blow the day up. I'm not going to blow the weekend away. I want to show up. So the question I have for many other people who are here is, did you come in here today saying, you know what? I'm going to watch Jerome's live stream because I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to start on Monday. After I finish eating whatever I'm eating right now, after I finish this last biggest meal in the world, eating everything I want to eat, I'm never going to eat this bad again because I'm going to fast and I'm going to eat this way and I'm going to exercise and I'm going to stop. If that's the way you're thinking, okay, that's fine. But if that's the way you think the rest of your life is going to be, I have news for you. It probably isn't going to be. If you want to live in that type of world, eating perfectly, exercising the best way, sleeping the best way, more power to you. I love that for you. But the reality is, especially in my reality, my life doesn't work that way. I cannot fast perfectly all the time. I cannot eat perfectly all the time. Imperfection is the reason I'm here today. Imperfection is the reason that I lost 80 pounds in 5 months. Imperfection is the reason that I reversed my type 2 diabetes. Imperfection is the reason that I reversed my high blood pressure. Imperfection is the reason that I've learned to exercise better and do different kinds of anaerobic training. Imperfection has led me to sleep better, has given me better mental health. Why? Because instead of me saying, you know what? It's Thursday. I didn't get through my fast. And you know what? The weekend's coming up. So why do anything? I have this thing that's happening on Saturday. So, you know what? It's Thursday night. I'm going to eat as much as I can. And then Friday, I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to eat unhealthy then too. And you know what? Even after Saturday, after I eat all of that, I'm going to be hungover on Sunday. So I might as well eat everything and not care about anything and not do anything that matters. And I'm going to start on Monday. Monday's going to be my day one. I'm going to start over on Monday. If this is you, who is saying, I'm going to start on Monday. I'm going to restart. Monday is going to be my day one. If this is you and you have done this more than one time, if you've done this a handful of times, if you've done this so many times that you can't even remember how many times they've been, stop. Stop with that shit. There's no point. I get very vocal about it. I get very animated about it because that type of behavior is how I used to be. I was that person. I was the one that would say, start over. Perfect example. I used to be that person where, let's say, I would be binging because that's how I used to be. I would binge every night. I would eat in excess. I would eat probably over 10,000 calories in a day. No care in the world, throw garbage everywhere. I would be filthy. Not take care of myself, not exercise, because I would tell myself I'm going to start on Monday. The thing about that and the things that I used to do is sometimes I would sit in my apartment and then I would start writing numbers down. I'd be like, okay, so if I start on this day and if I count the days down, it's going to be exactly 100 days until my birthday, or exactly 300 days until January 1st. And then I can tell everyone, this is what I did in 300 days, and it fell perfectly onto this day. And right. And then what happens if it doesn't go according to plan? I would blow it up. I'd be like, okay, well, today didn't work. So you know what? I'm just going to start tomorrow. Let me go binge tonight. Let me go spend another $100+ on Grubhub tonight because I'm going to start tomorrow. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to exercise because I'm going to start tomorrow. Oh, you know what? I'm not even going to work on the work project I had to have done. I might get in trouble, but you know what? I don't want to think about it. I'm going to start tomorrow. That was my behavior. That type of behavior caused me so much shit in my life. It caused me to lose friendships, relationships. I've lost jobs because of that. I've lost a ton of money over that. I've destroyed my life because of that. That type of thinking, that type of all or nothing behavior, black or white behavior, that type of thinking is going to get you nowhere. This is why, for me, as hard as it might be for you right now, who's watching this, who's saying, but Jerome, I can't do it that way. I cannot embrace imperfection that way. You got to do something different. You got to try something different. You really do. If you are that person that is just cycling through the same shit over and over and over, I am going to tell you right now to embrace imperfect consistency. I know there are people in chat who practice imperfect consistency. I saw it in the super chats that were coming here. Imperfect consistency is something that felt so foreign to me until I started to realize this is the only thing that is giving me success. Doing it this way, not listening to whatever influencer is telling you to eat this way and fast this way, and you can only have this, and I'm not saying these are bad things. These are good tools to use, but you cannot just think in a black and white type of way. When you think that way and you give yourself no other ways out of like giving yourself grace, it's going to be a rough ride. It might work for some people, but will it work forever? Will it be sustainable forever? Will it be consistent forever? That's why I tell people fasting is only a tool. Fasting is only a tool. There are people who are gatekeepers who are going to tell you, but you can only fast this way. I had somebody leave a comment earlier today that says, but you drinking coffee is going to ruin your teeth, and it's drinking pop is going to, Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Really. I have reversed so many ailments in my life. I am in the best shape of my life because I drink coffee, because I drink a diet, whatever, every now and then. I would rather do that. And first of all, I go to the dentist every year. No cavities. My gums are in great condition. I know I get very defensive about it, but I want people to understand, do not gatekeep this shit. Just because somebody eats a certain way doesn't mean that everyone has to eat that way. Just because you eat better than you think other people do, fuck off with that. Seriously, eat the way you need to eat. Yes, I could eat clean for the rest of my life. Would that be the best way of eating? Sure. I'm sure it would be better than eating processed foods every now and then. But also, I enjoy doing that. Last night, I went out to all you can eat hot pot. It was delicious and I loved it. And I was with people that I cared about and it was an enjoyable time, right? I want to live my life. You might not want to live your life that way, and that's perfectly okay. All I'm trying to say is many of us who are here need to stop thinking that we have to do things in a perfect way. That, oh, my head's down right now, I'm going to focus and nothing else matters right now. And then the moment that it doesn't go according to plan, you blow it all up. There's nothing wrong with pushing hard. I think it's really important to push hard when you can, if you can. I mean, look at what I did for the first 5 months of my journey. Literally 90-hour fast, 4-hour refeed, 90-hour fast, 4-hour refeed, 90-hour fast, 4-hour refeed for 5 months in a row. That isn't something that most people can do. I also got to eat whatever I wanted, but I did it my way. Nobody told me do a 90-hour fast. You know what people told me instead? Why would you fast that long? Why would you do that? Why don't you just do X, Y, Z? Why don't you just... I've tried it. I've tried to eat the ways people say. I've tried to fast the way people say. And then people would watch me eat and they'd be like, why would you eat that way? You're just destroying everything. It's 546 days. I have kept the weight off. I have reversed ailments. Like I said, best shape of my life. Is it the way you should be doing it? No, you should do it the way that works for you. This is the only way you're going to find success. The only difference that I see with any of us here is be accountable, show up for yourself. The moment you walk away from it, the moment that you do not accept imperfection and you start over and you blow everything up, you're just digging a hole. That's all you're doing. You're continually digging yourself a hole. Did I miss something? Did I miss a super chat? I did. Lexi with a $10 super chat. Lexi, so nice to see you. Appreciate you. Thank you for the generous donation. Lexi with a $10 super chat says, just shouting out if anyone is thinking about buying a Finally Fasting hat to do it. Lexi told me this as well. My brother stole mine because they're so great. I'm going to have to buy another one. Lexi, thanks for that. I appreciate that, Lexi. Lexi did tell me this as well. And actually, I had Lexi, thank you again for the $10 donation. I appreciate you so much. And thank you for supporting and buying merch as well. I had and hopefully I'm not trying to call them out, but I had a coaching session yesterday and my client was wearing a hat and it's just so weird to see other people wear the stuff I wear. So I appreciate that, Lexi. Thank you. Thank you again for the donation. I appreciate you. Where do I go with this? So I guess what I'm trying to say is if you're that person who is always blowing the day up, if you told yourself, well, you know what, it's going to be a busy weekend. I don't want to think about hitting a timer. First of all, you don't want to think about hitting a timer. If you told yourself, I'm only going to be fasting for like 10 hours today, and I'm going to be eating for 13 hours, and it's not worth hitting a timer, is it so hard to press a button and just be like, yeah, this is how long I fasted for. I want to show up for myself. And this is how long I refed for. Who cares if your refeed is 12 hours? Who cares if you're drinking until 2 a.m? Okay, log it down. But Jerome, that doesn't, why would I do that? What does that matter? it's a shit day. It doesn't count. It shouldn't count. Of course it should count, because, and this is coming from the perspective of me who logs every single day, who hits my timer every single time I'm either fasting or feasting or refeeding. I do it because I get to see how often I'm doing this. How often am I actually breaking my fasts early? How often am I refeeding in this extended amount of time? And if I'm doing that, am I starting to gain weight? Is it starting to be detrimental to me? I do it because I'm very much a stats nerd and I love seeing the numbers, but I average all those numbers out. And actually, that's probably a good time to share this, right? For me, I do it because I think it's really important to get an overview of where I'm at and what I'm doing, and if there are specific trends that are happening in my fasting journey that I need to fix or optimize. And honestly, it's these kind of numbers when I work with people, when I coach people, I like looking at that because that's how we figure out if things are going okay, if people are struggling, and how we can optimize and build better habits. That's really how I look at it. So for me, in the last, and I need to pause because Priceman 5 with a $10 donation. Priceman 5, thank you for the support. I appreciate you so much. Priceman 5 with a $10 donation says, hi, Jerome. Ended April at 204 pounds. Bummed I didn't hit my 200-pound goal. But Priceman 5, I mean, 4 pounds. You still lost a great amount of weight, if I remember correctly. I think I remember reading your comment. Pulled a calf muscle near the end. Oh God, that sounds awful. Hopefully you're better. Is your calf better, Priceman 5? I'm refeeding tonight before going again, but not being able to walk properly sucks. Yeah, it still sounds like it's still pulled. That's like me with my bicep. My bicep is still messed up. And I still lifted weights today. I really should start thinking about getting that looked at. But Priceman 5, yeah, 4 pounds up, but you still got very close to goal and you still lost an incredible amount of weight, if I remember, right? And you're still on it, and you're still practicing imperfect consistency. And the thing that I think is really important is you've now done the work. You've learned about what you're doing. You've figured out how to optimize things. You know more about yourself because you're being aware of it. And that's the way I like to look at things. So hopefully you continue. You'll keep us posted. I know you're going to get there, Priceman 5. Thank you again for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Also, Priceman 5 has become a new part of the Finally Fasting fam, I guess is what I'm saying. Priceman 5, I'm not sure which tier you picked, but whatever tier you picked, you also have access to this emoji. Can we throw some F's up for Priceman 5? Yes, this is a sticker. Just FYI, everyone, if you're looking for, I feel weird. Shameless plug, I guess. If you're looking for stickers, I do have stickers on my site. I even have this one here on my moleskins. You can go to finallyfasting.com. I just, again, any of that supports me, so I appreciate it. But Priceman 5, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you for being part of the Finally Fasting fam. If you pick the autophagy tier, then I will see you this Wednesday on the autophagy live stream. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Back to the slide. So let me give you an update of where I'm at in the last 78 weeks. Oh, and actually, before I even talk about those 78 weeks, really quick, I say this every week, but think about where you would be. That's what I say every week. I feel like it's ingrained in my brain now. 78 weeks of imperfect consistency, 546 days. Imagine where you'd be if you had started this journey with me 78 weeks ago. Even if you told yourself, hey, I can't fast 90 hours like Jerome. I can't do that over and over like Jerome, but you know what? I want to join on the journey with him. Imagine where you'd be if you just did something imperfectly consistent. Imagine where you'd be if you told yourself, hey, I'm just going to try to lose half a pound a week. 78 weeks later, you'd be 30, no, you'd be whatever 78 divided by 2 is 40 something, right? No, 39. You'd be 30. Of course, 40 times 2 is 80. Where was I? If you had been telling yourself, hey, I'm just going to practice imperfect consistency, even losing half a pound, you'd be 39 pounds down right now. 38 pounds, 30. Why am I 39 pounds down right now? Just think about that for a second, especially for many of you, not many of you, but especially for some of you who are here who are still just waiting till Monday, starting over, day oneing everything. Imagine where you'd be if you told yourself, if I had just started, and even if I had just given myself a goal of losing half a pound a week, take your weight right now, subtract it by 39. For many of us, especially who are overweight or who are obese or who are morbidly obese, losing half a pound a week doesn't take a lot for some of us. 39 pounds down. Imagine if you were pushing it even a little harder and you told yourself just a pound a week, you'd be 78 pounds down if you had just practiced imperfect consistency. Not by doing something perfectly, not by pushing long fasts all day, every day, only eating chicken breast, broccoli, and rice, but by practicing imperfect consistency, by giving yourself grace, by enjoying a weekend when there's something happening, by eating back-to-back days because you're going to be going out of town, but on the other days, pushing yourself when you can. Imagine, take your number weight-wise, subtract 78 to it. Imagine what it would have been imagine what it would have been to be that weight today just by practicing something imperfectly consistent. In the last 546 days, I have completed 220 fasts, which means for 326 days, I have not eaten. Think about that. In the last 546 days of my journey, in the last year and a half of my journey, I have not eaten for about 11 months of those 546 days. That's a lot of time not having food for the entire day. And I'm still here. I'm alive. I'm happy and healthy. I just want people to understand that it is possible. Sometimes not eating every day isn't for everyone, especially someone like me who eats in very high volumes. My average fast for the last 546 days has been 53 and a half hours, over a 2-day fast on average. This doesn't mean that I have been doing 53-hour fasts over and over and over. This means on average, in the last year and a half, I have done fasts that have averaged out to 53 hours. I have done some fasts that are 3 days long, 5 days long, a week long. I've done some fasts that are short as 16 hours, 23 hours, 36 hours. Refeed wise, similar thing. On average, I have been refeeding for around 6 hours. So if you think about this, on average for the last year and a half, I fast for around 2+ days. I eat for around 6 hours, fast for around 2+ days, fast or refeed for about 6 hours. So let's continue this conversation about imperfection, because I have a slide to share with you for the months of April and May. You all saw what I did for the month of April. I practiced 10 65+ hour fasts. They were done perfectly, if you want to call it that. Every fast I did for the month of April from April 1st to April 3rd, from April 3rd to April 6th, 9th, 12th, 15th, 65-hour fast, 65-hour fast, 65-hour fast. the month of April has been completely different, but let's just go over this really quick. For the month of April, I did 10 65 plus hour fasts. It averaged 69 hours and 8 minutes for the month of April with a 3-hour average refeed. So almost a 3-day fast with a 3-hour refeed. 3-day fast, 3-hour refeed for the month of April. Not exactly 3 days, but 69 hours. I lost 20 pounds during that time. 20 pounds from April 1st to April 30th. Went from 163.4 to 143. I see someone asking a question really quick. What's your ethnic heritage? I'm Filipino. In May of 2025, and remember, it's only been 4 days. This month has not been, my intention was to do another 65-hour fast. I thought I was going to fast when I refed on April 30th. I was going to fast until May 3rd and do another 65. That didn't happen. What ended up happening instead is I ate on May 1st. I refed on May 3rd, or I refed on April 30th, and then I ate again on May 1st. I did a 23-hour fast with an hour refeed. And then on May 3rd, which was yesterday, I did a 41-hour fast, or almost a 42-hour fast, with a 7-hour refeed. Yesterday, I refed at an all-you-can-eat hot pot place, and it was delicious. And I had so much ribeye steak and a ton of vegetables and a ton of white rice, and I had cheesecake at the end, and even later, I had pumpkin pie and some other snacks, and it was great. I also bought breaded chicken nuggets, and I ate that with rice. So obviously yesterday I ate more than what I typically eat. I ate outside of the things I typically eat. Does that mean I need to start over? Does that mean that the last 546 days have meant nothing? No. All that means is I had a good time yesterday with people I care about and love, and I get to move on with my life. This is what I talk about when I talk about imperfection. There is no part of me that is ready to start over. In fact, right? Just so you understand, if you look at the weight, right? Let's maybe talk about this really quick. If you look at this weight, EF, I see questions here. I don't answer questions until after, so you're going to have to hang on. I appreciate you on here though, but I will reserve the questions for a little bit. Give me like 10 minutes and then I'll probably go into questions, maybe 15. I got to do fit checks still. So if you look at my weight, I lost 20 pounds from April 1st to April 30th, got down to 143, right? And then I went from 143, and then this morning I weighed in at 152.2 pounds, which is a 9.2 pound gain. 9.2 pound gain in the last 4 days. That, for many people, when they see that much weight being gained after having 2 refeeds, right, doing a 20-hour fast or 23-hour fast and then a 40 whatever, can be discouraging for many people. I need all of you to understand right now that me going from 143 pounds to 152 pounds doesn't mean I gained 9 pounds of fat. I am holding a ton of water right now. I feel the bloat right now. I know I'm holding a lot of water. I know from experience, because I've done this many times, if you need proof, all you have to do is watch my videos when I go on vacation. Most of that weight will drop off once the water flushes out of my system. That 9 pound gain is probably 2 or 3 pounds, if anything. Like I said earlier, just because I didn't do a 65-hour fast like I thought I was going to do for May doesn't mean that I'm going to throw everything away. It doesn't mean that I need to start over. This morning, when I got up, went for a walk. I walked for an hour and I don't know how long I actually walked for. But if I pull my health app up, it tells me that I am currently 15,000 steps today, right? I understand what it's like. For some of us, when we overeat, and let's say, like I did yesterday, I overate on Saturday. I ate a lot on Saturday. I ate a lot of hot pot, but I also ate cheesecake because they had cheesecake there for dessert. They had some other cake there and it was all you can eat. I had pumpkin pie later on. I had, what else I had chicken nuggets and rice. And I know how some people think. Eating something like that on a Saturday night and waking up on a Sunday, many of us might wake up on a Sunday and just be like, well, you know what? I ate so shitty yesterday. I might as well just eat shitty today, right? Me, what I did is when I finished eating last night I think I finished eating at 2 a.m. last night. I was eating pretty late. It was a 7-hour refeed. I went to bed, hit my timer. I got up, I walked, I did my Japanese lessons. I went to the gym and I lifted heavy because I had extra energy in me and it felt great. And today doesn't have to be a waste. Here's the thing. I wasn't going to eat today either. My plan was to now push my fast and do a 65. I don't know if it was me doing the 10 65-hour fast in a row, but right now I don't know what it is. I feel very confident in what I'm doing that tonight I'm breaking again. Just FYI, after I finish this stream tonight, I have Brussels sprouts and Italian sausage, and I have protein bars, and I have broccoli that I bought, and I'm eating that tonight. I'm eating a cleaner refeed tonight. No rice tonight, no pumpkin pie tonight. I have some sugar-free Jello cheesecake that I'm eating, or sugar-free Jello vanilla. I haven't figured out which one yet, but I'm going to do that tonight. Do I have to? No. Do I want to? I kind of do. I'm trying to start figuring out different lengths of fasting, seeing how it affects my body, but also trying to give myself mental relief when I need it. So many of us end up failing or starting over because we're trying to do something that's so hard, that is so miserable for us, that we end up saying, I don't want to do this anymore. This isn't worth it anymore. This is so hard, right? And then what ends up happening after that? You walk away from it. You forget that it ever happened. You stop showing up. Maybe you're not here right now when you typically are every week because you told yourself, I don't want to deal with this today. I don't want to think about it. But I'm telling you, if you practice imperfect consistency, I literally just told you, I overate yesterday. I ate X, Y, and Z. I had cheesecake. I had pumpkin pie. I had a bunch of other food, but I still hit my timer. And I woke up this morning and I still went for a long ass walk. I still went to the gym and I lifted weights. I still did my coaching sessions today. I still filled out my spreadsheet. I still did the work that I need to do. I did not throw away the day. And I'm telling you right now, even though I'm currently fasted, I don't know how many hours I'm in right now. It's not a lot because I had just, right? I'm 18 hours in right now, right? I'm 18 hours in fasted at the moment, and I'm going to be breaking tonight. Did I say, well, you know what? I'm going to break tonight, so why even do the stream? It's not worth it. I'm just going to start over tomorrow. And then we're going to do this awesome run of, you need to get out of that mindset. You need to stop thinking that perfection is the only way that is going to get you to be successful. My goals have not changed. I still want to continue losing fat, building excess muscle, extra muscle. Did me eating the way I ate yesterday help my cause? It didn't. Is me doing a shorter fast today and doing another OMAD going to help my cause? Probably not. Mentally, though, it's what keeps me running because I tell myself, okay, enjoy, right? Don't feel guilty about it. Don't feel like you are embarrassed about your progress. Don't feel like the world is over just because you didn't do something that you intended to do. I'm going to say it again. Do not start thinking that, oh, this is so hard. Why does life have to be this way? Why am I the only one that eats this and then gains all this weight? I just showed you I gained 9 pounds after 2 refeeds. I know there aren't many people who are gaining as much weight as I am after a refeed. I know there are some people that do. I know there's some people that I coach that do. But for many other people, people don't gain weight that way. So I'm just saying that because I want you to understand that water weight is water weight. But at the same time, you don't have to throw away your day. Don't throw away your day. I don't know how else to fully put that out there to people who are watching this. There's too much bullshit on social media right now about eating this way and you can't fast this way and don't do this when you fast and don't do this when you're eating and don't. If it helps you, great. But if you find yourself in a situation where you get invited to a wedding, you get invited to some party at a bar, or you get invited to some work dinner and you end up eating something that you typically don't eat, so the fuck what? Who cares? It's one day out of how many days? Look at how long I've been doing this for 546 days, right? Not every day has been perfect. I put notes in here about this. I'm just going to go through this really quick before I do fit check. When I lost 80 pounds in less than 5 months back from November 2023 to March 2024, should I have just stopped and said, okay, I'm done. I'm good. Journey's over. I don't need to learn anything more about myself. I did what I needed to do. Obviously, no. I'm still here. There's so much to learn. There's so much to do. When I gained 21 pounds in April, 3 weeks after I dropped the 80 pounds because I went on vacation, 21 pounds that I gained. Should I have started over? Of course not. When I had a 12-hour refeed in June of last year, it was the first time I ate in an extended period of time. Should I have started over then? No. When I went on vacation in July and I gained almost 20 pounds, or in mid-July when I had an urge to binge, when I broke early and ate back-to-back days in August, when I had a burnout that I publicly talked about in mid-August. How about when I gained almost 22 pounds in early of September, or the 2-week vacation that I took in November when I went to Japan, or the 1-month vacation that I took when I went to the Philippines and Japan? Should I have started over during all those times? Or are you glad that I'm here today saying, welcome to day 546, imperfect consistency? The answer is obvious. I have no shame in gaining weight every now and then. I have no shame because I'll eat back-to-back days. I have no shame because I eat processed foods every once in a while. I have no shame that I drink a Diet Coke or a Coke Zero every now and then when I'm fasting. I have no shame that I drink black coffee during my fasts. You shouldn't either. You have to do what works for you. There are people I work with who will have a small amount of calories while they're fasting. The gatekeepers might be like, well, that's not a fast. So the fuck what? If it works for them and they lose weight, good for them. That's great. That's progress. Usually the goal, first of all, is to get the weight off. Usually having all that extra weight on you and losing that is the real success. That is what reverses a lot of our issues. So the fuck what if it isn't in the way that you think is the best way? Who cares? Why are you gatekeeping that? Why do you gatekeep when someone eats a certain way? Because they're not eating the way you do. Oh, but that has all this stuff. Listen, people are trying to get the weight off first. If that is going to find them success, more power to them. That's my piece on it. That's really how I feel about it. I am not perfect. I'm never going to be perfect. I'm not like these other influencers who are right. Other than me saying, hey, support me by buying a sticker or buying a hat. I'm not here trying to peddle you to buy some bullshit, whatever. Right. You want electrolytes? Go put some fucking salt under your tongue. That's what I do. Right. I have no salt for potassium. I used to, I don't even take electrolytes at this point. Right. When I fast, I just fast. I don't need it. For me, it's tough, right? And maybe I get very defensive about it because I don't want people to feel like they have to do something perfect or they have to take X, Y, and Z to find success. That's all I'm saying. I really think people are doing a disservice by saying all this bullshit and saying it can only be this way, and if you don't do it this way, then you're not really fuck off. I mean, I have no other way to say it. Just fuck off. I don't care. I don't. Um, I didn't expect to talk about all this today, but that's okay. We're gonna do fit check. Okay. So fit check. And here's the thing about fit check. If you're not familiar with fit check is me showing you what I look like physically today and whether I am feeling lean or currently 9 pounds up because I had put on a bunch of water weight. I'm feeling super bloated right now. I will get up here and show you. Why? Because I think the transparency is important. I want people to understand I'm not perfect. I don't have a six pack, right? I might have lost a good amount of weight, but I'm a 44-year-old who has loose skin, and I'm just happy that I'm healthy. I'm happy that when I go to my doctor every 6 months and get my blood work done, my A1C is under control. My minerals or whatever, right, that they get when they show me my calcium and all that is under control. I love that my testosterone is in a great range. I love that my cholesterol, my blood pressure, and all the good things that they should be are where they need to be. I do fit check because whether I'm feeling lean or I'm feeling bloated, and even if I don't want to be up here and doing it publicly, I do it because I want you to understand that not every day I'm going to feel lean. Not every day am I going to feel like how I felt last week. I wish I put that picture up. I forgot to put that picture up. I don't know if people saw on my Instagram. I wonder if I can share that really quick. On my Instagram, last week, I went to this awesome Bulls event, and I was so lean. I'm just going to share this picture really quick. If I can do this right. Okay, Jerome, don't mess this up by sharing some shit you shouldn't be sharing. That is not what I wanted to share, but I will share that in a minute. I wanted to share this. There we go. I was so lean, and this was last week. This was 5 days ago, like it says there, right? This was 5 days ago. That suit I was wearing, I got invited to a very high profile event, and it was awesome. There were Bulls players there. The owner of the Bulls was there, which I mean, like I do not care for the owner of the Bulls, but it was such a cool event, and it was in the West Loop, and it was just awesome. And I got invited at a last minute to this last minute thing. And when they showed me the flyer for the event, they said I had to wear cocktail attire. I didn't even have a suit that I could wear. So I ended up going to Target, and I went to the boys section, and I I found this suit in the boys section. Here's the thing: when I looked at that when I looked at that suit, right? When I put that suit on, I went to find the largest size in boys, which is a size 16. I guess that's how boys sizes are put out, right? So I put the size 16 suit on and the pants on, and I was like, this is actually a little big. So the suit that I'm wearing here, which really is funny, at least to me, oops, is this suit is a size 14. So it's even a little smaller and it looked tailored on me. It fit perfectly. It fit perfectly. This is a size 14 for boys. For any of you who have kids, if you have a son who's 10 or 11 years old, he's probably wearing a size 14. So that's me. And just FYI, just for people who understand how small I've lost weight. And I bring that up too because I'm not tall. I'm only 5'3". I'm short, right? I'm 5'3". I'm a short guy. And that's why I can fit into something like that. By the way, that suit cost me like $40. I think less than $45 with tax. And when I talk about the suit, I'm talking about the jacket and the pants. Less than $45. And it looked so good on me. At least I thought it did. But I say that because today I don't feel as lean, right? I feel very bloated today. And I do fit check because I want you to know that I don't feel like that every day. Some days I feel bloated, some days I feel lean, but it doesn't stop me from doing what I'm doing. It doesn't stop me from being on this live stream tonight and sharing with you all where I'm at and how I'm feeling. I have said this many times, like I talk about here, right? Is I've been an overweight, obese, morbidly obese person my entire life, right? When I say this, I say this because it's not like I have been dealing with my weight issues recently. I'm 44 years old. This is me when when I was 5 years old. I've always been overweight. My entire life, I've always been this way. I have always been that person who has had a hard time losing weight. In my teens, in my 20s, in my 30s, and right, even up to my 40s, right? I have worn an adult double X shirt because I needed to wear a shirt to cover up my belly. I have worn size 38 waist pants. If you're not familiar with the size 38, I mean, I currently wear a size 28. And honestly, a 28 is even too big for me now. Usually all the clothes I buy are boys' clothes. This shirt I'm wearing, I bought this in the Philippines. This is the smallest they have. It's just a small adult shirt. And even this shirt looks big on me. Even as I'm bloated right now, it looks big on me. So we'll do fit check. I'll just give you an idea of where I'm at. 1 second. So this is a size small. This is a size small adult. Look at how big this size small adult is on me. It's not like, I mean, I'm bloated right now, but just FYI, these pants are size, I think, extra large for boys, but these are boys' pants, not adult pants. And these are just sweatpants here. So I'm so bloated. I can just tell. But this shirt is big. It's big. Back, side, right? I can see the bloat on me. And yes, I wear like this undershirt. Yes, I do have loose skin, right? Yeah, it's not my proudest moment of feeling bloated, but I do it because I want you to understand that some days I feel lean, some days I feel bloated. I still think I look okay. I know that I don't look, why can I not add this in? No, I can't. That's okay. I was going to show me in my suit, but I'm just not there. If I tried to put that suit on right now, I'm sure there'd be too much bloat for me to look okay in it. Now, when it comes to fit check, I always tell people people always ask, do I have loose skin? Yes, I have loose skin. If you see here, this is usually where I'm most insecure about it. You can see how the skin doesn't bounce back, right? I have loose skin here. It's hidden more when I'm growing facial hair, but you know what's weird is like I have so much gray now. I kind of feel better just shaving it. Anyway, not that I'm ashamed of my gray hair. It's just I'm just so old, guys. Just everything's graying now. So when it comes to loose skin, I do have loose skin on my upper arms. You'll see here, right? I have loose skin on my belly. I have loose skin on my upper inner thighs. What do I do to help with it? I don't really do anything except lift weights. Lifting weights, I feel like might help with the skin, especially adding muscle. Plus, I just enjoy lifting weights. I think it's a good way to break up the monotony of just doing cardio every day. So I lift weights about 3 times a week. I've been lifting weights a little more now because I've been trying to lift weights the day after I eat. And because I've been doing OMAD, like tonight, I'm eating again tonight. So I'm probably going to throw myself into the gym again tomorrow. Maybe, we'll see. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So with that being said, that's Fit Check, everyone. And at this point, I will do Q&A. So if you have questions, I think I told that person, I can't remember the person's name. It would only take 10 or 15 minutes, and I think it's way past that, but it's okay. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them now. I will answer what I can. In the meantime, while I wait for questions, I was having like a brain fart. While you are asking questions, if you are looking for additional help when it comes to fasting or weight loss, or if you're looking for an accountability coach, you can go to finallyfasting.com. I do offer one-on-one coaching sessions with me, right? It's not someone else. You're not paying a ridiculous amount of money. It's literally you and me having a conversation, putting a plan together, putting a strategy together, holding you accountable if that's what you're looking for. You can go to finallyfasting.com to book a session. You can also go to that site if you are looking to buy merch. Like I said, yes, I do offer merch. I do have, where did my other, oh, I do have stickers, right? Oops, it's this way. There you go. Stickers that I have here. All right, I put them on my notebooks. I also offer these hats that I wear. All you got to do is look at my past videos. I wear these hats all the time. This is a Sox one, black and white. This is the Cubs one, blue and red. They're corduroy as well. So there's a little texture to them. There's Finally Fasting on the, oops, there you go. Finally Fasting on the side there. And then this is red for the snapback. And this is just black and white. So if you're interested, there's no obligation if you want to support. I also think they're pretty cool hats. So it's also free shipping if you spend more than $50. And that's really about it when it comes to that. Again, I'm not trying to, just if you want to support, that's all I'm saying. Also, if you go to the description of this video or this live stream, you can join the Finally Fasting fam. If you want to support that way, you can get emojis like the F emoji. I don't know if I have the other emoji up yet. I should put that up there. And if you do the autophagy group, then you can join in on the Wednesday night live streams where we have, it's a coaching session, but as a communal group. We all have a communal spreadsheet that we share, but people can come in there. You don't have to do the spreadsheet, but people can come in there and ask questions. It's where I am literally doing a coaching session for a number of people. So if that's something you want to do or support, please feel free to take a look. You can find that link in the description again, or you can also go to finallyfasting.com for coaching or merch or anything like that. Inner Beauty Shines with a $10 super chat. Inner Beauty Shines, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. And I mean, I know you and I just talked recently, but it's nice to see you. I appreciate you here. Inner Beauty Shines with the $10 super chat says, congratulations, Jerome. Thank you so much. Your consistency and discipline is opening up doors for you. May blessings and favor continue to flow your way. as you inspire others to be better versions of themselves. That's so well said. And I appreciate the kindness in you saying that. And I mean, you really say it so succinctly too, because right when I talk about health and wellness and just being healthy and happy, Inner Beauty Shines is right. Like, what I'm trying to do for myself right now is be the best version of myself. I think being the best version of myself also means that you get to see the imperfections of me. And in a lot of ways, I think that's kind of what makes me me. And for all of you too, those imperfections is what you need to learn about yourself, and accepting that and being okay with that. I think a lot of you hear me always tell others, right, to embrace imperfection and be okay with it, because it's just who we are as people. Like I said, I'm never going to be that perfect influencer. I don't think I'm ever going to have a six pack. I mean, I'm going to try. Like, don't get me wrong. I have plans on really cutting down and eating in different ways, and I really want to like give it a shot. I'm not there right now, especially at the beginning of this month. I've been kind of doing OMAD and eating a little, you know, outside of how I've been typically eating, but I know I'm going to get back on it. So anyway, Inner Beauty Shines, thank you for the kind words. Thank you for the generous donation. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. So let me go ahead and see if there are any questions here, and I'll see what I can answer. Creating TV asks, how often is the autophagy member streams? We have them 3 times a month. Sometimes I'll do more than 3 times a month. And actually, this week, for example, is going to be more than 3 times a month. They're 45 minutes long, and it's a very small group. And we all get together. We have a spreadsheet that we all share. We all put our accountability for the week. And it doesn't mean that my accountability, because I do mine as well. I talk about myself for a very short period of time, and then the rest of the session is about everyone else. And I only talk about my progress for the week because I just join in with everyone. What that spreadsheet looks like is it's a place where we all talk about what our goals are for the week, what we do for the week. When I go through the names on there, sometimes people will jump on camera, sometimes people will just talk in chat. But if you're looking for another way to be accountable, that's a way to do it. So, like I said, three times a month, every Wednesday night, same time I do these live streams, and I answer questions. Again, it's like a communal group session is the best way to put it. So, what up? What up? I need to put a strategy together. Okay, do it. Are you asking me to put a strategy together for you? That would probably require you to go to finallyfasting.com. But strategies aren't really the hard part. I think many of us, if we need a strategy, what, you want to do a 23-hour fast, a 36-hour fast? You want to do a 7-day fast? Okay, there's your strategy, right? You want to eat a certain way, exercise a certain way. I don't think the strategy is the hard part. I think the hard part is actually following through. And if you don't do what you say you're going to do, can you show up? Can you stay consistent? So that's my strategy for you. So hopefully that helps. Let me see here. Wait, Sherry. Hi, Sherry, with a $5 super chat. Sherry, it's so nice to see you as always. Sherry with a $5 super chat says, thank you for sharing with us. You're very welcome. Do you use visuals or meditation when you first started to keep you going if you wanted to break early? This is actually a really good question, Sherry. I like this question. Meditation is something that I haven't really done. It's something I've thought about doing. I just haven't. I guess that's the best way to put it. But when you talk about visuals, sometimes I use visuals. What I used to do, especially when I started my journey, I mean, you see the visual at the beginning of every live stream. You see that I recorded myself walking every day for the first 130 plus days. But even before that, on the first time I did this, what I used to do is I would have clothes in my closet that were too small, and I would wear them, and I would take a picture of myself wearing a very tight shirt. I should share those pictures with you guys. So my belly would be sticking out or the buttons wouldn't button, but I would take a picture of it because that would help me realize that I'm still on my journey. This doesn't fit me yet. This is what I want to fit in, and I'm not going to get there until I get through this fast. So that's kind of what helped me then. That was my motivation then. And you're right. If I wanted to break early, sometimes what I would do is I would put those clothes on, and I'd put it on and I'd be like, oh yeah, this isn't working for me right now. So I'm going to keep fasting. But that's what helped me. I think for any of us, whatever motivation might be helpful for you, I just, take that. And actually, Sherry, if you find different motivations in that type of way too, let me know. It's always a good way to kind of see what other people are doing. So holy Jesus. Okay. There's a lot of other, okay. But Sherry, thank you for the $5 super chat. There's all these super chats. Universal Being with a $10 super chat. Universal Being, I appreciate you so much. You're here every week. I appreciate the support as always. Universal Being with a $10 super chat says, my anxiety has me in a chokehold. Intrusive thoughts had me paralyzed. I couldn't leave the bed. I finally left the house today. Currently 46 hours into a 120-hour dry fast. Wow. Hopefully you're doing well. Thank you. Thank you, Danny, or thank you, Universal Being, for sharing with us. I apologize. Thank you for sharing with us. Hopefully you're doing okay, especially when you talk about the anxiety part. I'm glad that you were able to get yourself out of the house. Hopefully that's helped you kind of move forward in what you're doing. I would also say, you know where to reach me. So if you ever need anything, please feel free to reach out. Hopefully things are better for you. It sounds like things are better, that you've been able to get yourself out of the house as well. So please keep us posted. But Universal Being, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you as always. Thank you for the generous donation. Thank you so much. And good luck to you on such a, I can't even imagine doing a dry fast for that long. So my only advice is just make sure you're good and make sure that you're feeling good to keep going. So you'll have to keep us posted. I'm sure we'll be talking on the Wednesday live stream. Andre, also with a $10 super chat. Andre, thank you so much. As always, thank you for your generous support. Everyone today, thank you for your generous support. I'm losing my words here. Andre with the $10 super chat says, J-Man, imperfect consistency has really given all of us grace to continue, but has also removed all excuses. Actually, that's really well said. I like that. That's a really concise way of saying that. I like that, because really imperfect consistency then gives you no excuse to, I guess that's the way I look at it. It's like, hey, like, you're here to show up, and that's all that matters, right? Is you're here to show up. Whether things are going well or not. And, this is a really quick thing I want to kind of add in there too. When we aren't doing the things that we shouldn't be doing, if your natural reaction to that is to just walk away, you don't learn. You never learn from that. And that's why I tell people, whether you're doing well or you're struggling, tell us, talk about it, right? Have a conversation about it instead of just pretending it never happened. Instead of just coming here and saying, hey, look at what I did. This is what I was able to accomplish. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just want people to understand that you have to take the good with the bad. It is the only way to move forward on this journey. Imagine if I came here every week and just shared that every week was perfect. You guys would get sick of my shit. Right? And the human part of me says, hey, I gained 9 pounds recently because I've had 2 big refeeds. I'm refeeding again tonight. I'm not doing a long fast right now. I ate a bunch of cheesecake last night because I'm human and it happens. So Andre, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Also, Faye A has become a new member of the Finally Fasting fam. Can we get some F's up for Faye? Faye, you can also throw this up as well. Also, creating TV is also a new part of the Finally Fasting fam. Can we throw some F's up for both Faye and for creating TV? I appreciate both of you. Thank you for joining. I'm not sure which tier either of you have joined, but I appreciate the support. And if either of you or both of you signed up for the Wednesdays or the autophagy tier, I will see you this Wednesday. So thank you again for the super chats. I appreciate you both. Thank you. Thank you. Did I miss another one? No, Jermaine H with a $10 super chat. Jermaine, thank you for the generous $10 donation. Jermaine with the $10 super chat says, thank you for all you do on your channel. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. It's helping me stay focused. And I mean, that's my goal too. Even though I know it helps other people, I'd be lying if I said it doesn't, it helps me as well. Doing these Sunday night live streams helps me every week. So I appreciate you sharing. I appreciate you with the support as well. I'll definitely book a call soon. I look forward to speaking with you, Jermaine. And right, like have your goals ready. We'll talk about a plan and strategize something. So I look forward to that, Jermaine. Thank you again for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you. Yeah, and Jermaine says first time sending a super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for thinking of me in that way. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate it. Let me scroll back up here. I know I was supposed to answer questions. So I want to make sure. It's just a lot of super chats and new members came in. So I wanted to give a shout out. Let me see. Okay, I think I lost I found my place here. Nori. Thanks, Nori. Hi again from Japan. Nori, I'm just curious. Do you speak Japanese? I was going to say, do you want to help me speak Japanese? I could use somebody who actually knows the language pretty well. I know that's off topic, but anyway, I just thought I'd ask. Javier says, do you plan to ship internationally? I have thought about it. Javier, if you want, email me and let me know where you're at or what country you're in, and I will see if I can set something up. Actually, for anyone who's watching this, if you're international and you want to purchase merch, if I can make it happen, I will. So just let me know what country and I will try to open it up on the store so that, that's the part I haven't figured out yet, but let me know and I'll see if I can make it happen. Thank you for the question, Javier. Okay. Anyone else? Any other questions? Let me see. What time is the stream on Wednesday? 7:30 p.m. Central. So the same time that my Sunday night live streams are, same time on Wednesday. So it looks like that's the tier you signed up for, creating TV. So look forward to talking to you then. Dynamite asks, what are some ways you've noticed yourself being kinder to yourself over time? I mean, today's a perfect example. Today, even though I'm up in weight, instead of beating myself up about feeling bloated, feeling like I want to hide, I didn't. I went for my walk and it's Sunday and Sunday today, everyone was out in Chicago today. Everyone was walking, everyone had just going about doing their business. And there wasn't a part of me that felt embarrassed, that was like, oh God, I feel so bloated. I don't want to be out here. So I think in that way, I look at that as being kinder to myself. I think it's a big change from how I used to be and how I used to feel. The fact that I can stand up here and be okay with it, that I can talk to people and not hide, even being kinder to myself, I think in ways of like, I know I'm going to be refeeding tonight, even though I didn't intend to, and I'm okay with it. I feel like that part of old Jerome is gone, where I'm always just beating myself up for not doing more than I should have done. And I think the only way I could have gotten to that point is just because I have shown up every day. And that is a reminder to anyone who's here. Show up for yourself. And if you can't show up for yourself, show up for me on a Sunday. You might not think that I don't care, but there's a reason I do this. There's a reason, and you can say this to, you can ask anyone that I've coached. Usually when I coach people, I try to give a little more time if we're in a deeper conversation, if we need to, because I just want to help people. I care. Like, I want to be there for people if you need that help. So anyway, that's maybe the best way I can answer that. Dynamite, thank you for the question. And oh my, what is Inner Beauty Shines? Holy jeez. Inner Beauty Shines with a $50 super chat. You just donated. Inner Beauty Shines, thank you for such a huge donation. Thank you. I'm losing my words. Thank you for a generous donation. That's wow. Inner Beauty Shines with a $50 donation says, God bless you and everyone that has supported or has the desire to do so, even if not able. Just being obedient. Inner Beauty Shines, I appreciate such a huge donation. And I don't know what else to say, but thank you. Thank you for being here. Hopefully my words and the community here is helping you as well. So thank you so much. I don't know how else to say it, but thank you. Thank you for such a huge donation. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And thank you for those kind words. It means a lot, not even just to me, but I'm sure for everyone else as well. It's just very encouraging. So thank you. Scrolling back up here just to make sure. God, it's such a huge donation. Inner Beauty Shines. I'm still like, oh my God. So thank you again. Joy says, Jerome, have you tried bread cheese? I haven't. It's technically carnivore and the garlic flavor tastes just like garlic bread or cheesy breadsticks. Will you try dirty carnivore? The answer to that question is yes. So no, I haven't tried bread cheese, but yes, I plan on doing another version of carnivore. And I don't know if dirty carnivore is what I'm going to be trying, but I think I'm going to be trying something where I want to eat meat and eggs and add something like very low carb vegetables like spinach and mushrooms. That's kind of what I have in mind. I want to do like a steak and egg type thing with spinach and mushrooms. Although those bread cheese sounds pretty good. I'll have to look that up, especially when you said garlic. I mean, you're talking my language. So I'll have to look into it, Joy. Thank you for the suggestion. Creating TV, yes. So 8 p.m. It'll start at 7:30 p.m. Central. But yes, it'll last up until around 8:30, 7:30 to 8:15. It's usually around 45 minutes. Sometimes it goes a little longer. It usually goes a little longer, but I just like to say 45 to sometimes I have a hard stop during that time. But yeah, I'll see you then. Any other questions? Just looking. Sorry if you see me pausing here. I'm just going through questions. So you guys are so kind. There's so many kind comments here. Sherry says, "Where is the membership button? For some reason, it didn't get mine this month." I don't. I know you have to go to the YouTube channel. If you go to my YouTube channel, I think there is just a join button, either where the subscribe button is or somewhere there. I don't know for sure, but if you go to the description of this video, there's a link to join the membership. So maybe that is what you need to click on. Hopefully you find it, Sherry. If you don't, reach out to me and I'll see if I can help you there. Any other questions, everyone? Raymundo, Did I say that right? I probably didn't. Raimundo Flores says, do you ever take body compositions like DEXA scans? I did. I did one after I did 1 year of losing all this weight, because I did it as well. Because when I say 1 year, I started my journey on November 6th, 2023. And on November 6th, 2024, I did a DEXA scan after doing a year of rolling fasts, because not everyone, but sometimes people in the comments are going to be like, oh, you just lost a ton of muscle. This isn't the way to do it. And then I did a DEXA scan and I was right, just a little, like a hair under 20% body fat, which is average. I think for men, it was between 18 and 22% or so. And I was right in the middle. My goal is to get less than that. And, I weighed in at 145 pounds on that DEXA scan, and they clocked me in at 110 pounds of muscle. So just FYI, yeah, my muscle's still there. I mean, I'll always go like flex this way or whatever, but I don't have a ton of muscle. But I lift pretty heavy. I mean, until I hurt my bicep. So right now I'm just trying to maintain. And I don't even think I am, because I can't do any bicep exercises because my bicep hurts so bad. I have to get that looked at. But yeah, I've done it, and I plan on doing another one in the near future. So hopefully it'll be less body fat and it'll be more muscle. Although I don't know, especially since my lifting hasn't been the same since I've injured my arm. So thank you for the question, though. Thank you for the question. Sherry, you'll have to share those recipes with me. Hi, Philip. Nice to see you. Universal Being says, how are you feeling tonight about your refeed, Jerome? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling excited about it. I'm ready to, you know what? It's like, I didn't even have to eat tonight. I don't know why. I think there's just part of me that, I think it was more yesterday, because yesterday when I refed and I went to all you can eat hot pot, after I ate all of the food there, afterwards, I didn't eat my traditional foods. Instead, I ate a bunch of chicken nuggets with rice. That's like a Filipino thing, just eating meat and rice. So I had chicken nuggets and rice, and then I had pumpkin pie, and then I had protein bars, and I had some of like these cookie cracker things. It wasn't the greatest refeed, or the refeed was great. Don't get me wrong. The hot pot was great. It was afterwards that wasn't the greatest. So I think tonight, that's why I have Brussels sprouts and Italian sausage and broccoli. And I'm just trying to keep a shorter refeed time and eating some more nutritious foods. I also have yogurt that I'm going to be eating. So I'm actually looking forward to it, because I think that'll be a good reset to do a 65. And then I think I'm going to actually be doing a 100-hour fast after, because I think I'm going to be fasting, or I'm not doing another 65. Actually, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be refeeding tonight. I'll be breaking on Tuesday. So I'll be doing a 42. I think I'm going to be doing a 42. Then I'm going to push a 100. I want to do 100 just to say it's 100, because actually I think I'm going to document that. I think some people want to see what it looks like to fast for that long and where my head is at while I'm fasting for that long. So I want to provide that for people. So look out for that video. But I'm going to be fasting that long because I'm going to be breaking on Sunday for Mother's Day, which actually I'll bring that up as well. Next week, I will not be live streaming for Sunday because it's going to be Mother's Day and I'm taking my mom out. I might do an earlier live stream on Sunday, or I might do one on Saturday. I haven't figured that part out yet. Or maybe I'll do it on a Monday. But I still want to have a live stream. I'm just not sure if it'll be on a Sunday or at a different, if it's on a Sunday, it'll be at a different time. If it's on a Saturday or a Monday, it will be at the same time. I don't know which is going to be better. I might just keep it on a Sunday and do it earlier before I take my mom out for Mother's Day. So just, yeah, FYI. If you want to do alternate day fasting in the future, have you thought about dry fasting? No, I don't. Like, nothing against dry fasting. I already dry fast. I mean, I do somewhere between 12 and 16 hours, but I have no intentions of dry fasting for that long, especially because I enjoy going for my walks and I enjoy lifting weights. Since dry fasting is more effective than water fasting, that's the thing. I'm not in a hurry for that. For me, I get really great results water fasting. So, and I'm not saying, like, it's not to knock it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not knocking it. I just, doing an extended dry fast is not something I'm interested in. Maybe in the future, but currently, like, I'm not thinking about it at the moment. Sherry asks, do you eat less when you stick to your old faithfuls at home? I do. I absolutely eat less. I definitely do, compared to breaking on the road. Our brains love the same patterns. No, that's the thing, Sherry. Not only do I eat less when I'm at home, but I eat better when I'm at home. It's probably because of how long I fast for that the same foods sound great. I love Brussels sprouts. I love Italian sausage or some kind of protein. I love eating even the protein bars. I love vegetables. I love fruit. It's a very different way of thinking than I used to think. So, yeah, definitely eat less, but also eat better. But Sherry, thank you for the $5 super chat. You didn't have to do super chat to that, but I appreciate the support. Thank you for supporting. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, everyone. I think that's it for today. I got through all the questions. I have two things before I get out of here. The one thing I always say is I want you to remember that regardless of what your weight says, I don't want people to think that the weight on the scale is how people value you. Do not let that number on the scale mess with your head. Do not think that the only thing that matters is what you weigh and how you look, because those things, it's not who makes us us. Sometimes I look back at my old videos and I see how mean I was to myself and how disappointed I was to myself. And I get it. I understand that, like, my habits then were not the greatest and I treated myself in an awful way. But I wish I had respected myself a lot more then. I wish I had given myself a lot more value then. And I guess with that being said, and you hear me say it every week, continue to respect yourself, accept yourself, and love yourself for who you are today. It really will make a difference in yourself moving in the future. It's one of the reasons that I can stand up here, even being bloated and not feeling my best aesthetically. I also know that it doesn't matter, that I'm still me. I still love myself. I know people still care about me, and there's nothing wrong with that. Before I go, just remember, you are not alone on your journey. I'm 18 hours and 57 minutes in. Yes, I will be breaking tonight, but I will be pushing another fast after. I do not stop hitting the timer. I do not stop going for my walks. I do not stop lifting weights. I do not stop making sure I sleep well. I do not stop making sure that I have a good that my mental health is where it needs to be. And don't forget, these things are not going to be perfect. You are not always going to be fasting perfectly, eating perfectly, exercising perfectly, sleeping perfectly. Sometimes things will be happening where our mental is messing with us. We're dealing with whatever is happening in our lives right now. But it doesn't mean that you have to throw away the day. And it doesn't mean that you're alone on your journey. I've been doing this for 78 weeks. I'm 546 days into what I'm doing. And there's no part of me that wants to start over. I am literally here every Sunday to show up for you all. I literally post videos every few days to show up for you. I am on those coaching sessions to show up for you. I offer as much help as I can to show up for you. Show up for yourself. You are not alone on this journey. We are doing this together. That's what this community is for. I am so thankful for this community. I am so thankful for everyone who's in here today, who has shared in chat, who has been supportive, who is helping other people out, who is sharing things that might be vulnerable to them. I appreciate you doing that because it's not easy for many of us to do. So continue doing that, especially if it's helpful for you. Remember, you're not alone. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I've been doing this shit for a while. If you don't believe me and you're new and you're like, no, you haven't, go look. Hit the live stream tab, look at the videos tab, hit the shorts tab. I've been doing this shit and I've been here all the time. Whether it's good or it's bad, whether I'm struggling or not, I am here. We are doing this together. Thank you all for being such a wonderful community. Thank you so much to everyone today for the generous donations. I have to say this again, Inner Beauty Shines, thank you for such a generous donation, not just the 50, but on top of that as well. And for everyone else also who has super chatted and who has been part of the Finally Fasting fam. Of course, I appreciate you as well for the support, for the continued support. It helps me do what I do. It helps me create content. So it helps keep, why am I saying this wrong? It helps keep the channel going or moving forward. Anyway, I'm going to refeed everyone. Please remember to continue being kind to yourself. It really, I think many of us get into this place where we beat ourselves up because we're just putting so much pressure on ourselves to do the things that we want to do, but might not be able to accomplish it all the time. Imperfect consistency, doing something rather than nothing at all. And yeah, that might be common sense, but sometimes we need that reminder. Is all that, sometimes it's just something as small as that to get the ball rolling. I think that's all I got. Again, thank you all for being here tonight. Next week, there isn't going to be a live stream at this time tonight. There might be a live stream earlier in the afternoon. So that might make it exciting. Maybe other people who are international or something might be on there. Maybe other people who typically aren't available at 7 something. Although next Sunday is Mother's Day. So maybe I should do it on a Saturday or a Monday. Maybe I'll do it on a Monday night. I don't know. Maybe let me know as I'm signing off here. Maybe let me know what you prefer. It doesn't mean I'm going to do it at that time, but maybe I'll put a poll out. Maybe that's even better because I know I can't do it Sunday evening. So maybe I'll put options and whatever is the most picked. Can I do polls on YouTube? I'll take a look. I'll figure it out. We'll either way, we will have another live stream next week. I just don't know what day or time it'll be, but when I get there, we'll get there. We'll figure it out. Everyone, thank you again for being here. Thank you for the support as always. That's all I got on my end, and I'm about to throw the outro, so I'm going to wave bye, and we'll do this again next week. Bye, everyone. See ya.